You may not realize it, but every single day you're building your future with the choices you make. It's not just the big moments that determine where you end up. It's the small, seemingly ordinary habits you live out every day. The way you think when you wake up, the words you speak over yourself, the discipline you keep when no one's watching. Those are the seeds you're planting into your destiny. Your destiny is not just waiting for you at some faraway finish line. It's being shaped in the daily routines of your life right now. If you wake up with gratitude, you're planting seeds of joy. If you choose kindness in the face of frustration, you're planting seeds of peace. If you make the decision to work diligently, instead of giving in to laziness, you're planting seeds of increase. One day, those seeds will grow into a harvest so big, you'll look back and realize it all started with those small, faithful choices. Sometimes we think our future will change when the big break comes, or when someone finally notices us, or when everything suddenly falls into place. But the truth is, your future begins to change the moment you change what you do daily. Every routine, every decision is either taking you one step closer to the life you were created to live, or one step further away from it. That's why it's so important to guard your habits. You can't expect a victorious life if your daily habits are full of defeat. If you want to walk in victory, don't underestimate the power of consistency. Victory is not built in a single burst of effort. It's built when you get up each morning and decide, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep believing. I'm going to keep giving my best. When you're faithful in the little things, the big things take care of themselves. When you honor the small steps, you'll look up one day and realize you've reached places you never imagined possible. Your destiny is too important to leave it in the hands of chance. If you want to see great things in your future, start with great habits today. Speak words of faith. Keep a grateful heart. Work with excellence. Show kindness even when it's not easy. Keep doing what's right even when it's hard. Because one day, the habits you're practicing right now will open doors you couldn't open on your own. So today, make the choice to live with intention. Don't just go through the motions. Every day you're either sowing seeds for the life you want or the life you don't want. Choose to sow seeds of victory. Choose to align your habits with your vision. And when you do, you won't just stumble into your destiny. You'll walk into it with confidence, strength, and joy. What you do every single day, even when it feels small and insignificant, is creating the life you will be living in the future. Too often we think destiny is shaped by one or two big moments, that success or failure happens overnight. But the truth is, those big moments are simply the harvest of hundreds, maybe thousands of small seeds planted over time. Each time you make a decision, you're planting something into your future. Every habit you keep, every routine you follow is either moving you toward the life you want or pulling you away from it. You can't expect to live a life of victory if your daily habits are filled with defeat. The little choices matter because they're not just actions. They are declarations of the person you are becoming. If you wake up each day and spend your first moments in gratitude instead of complaint, you're training your mind to focus on blessings. If you choose to treat others with kindness, even when they are unkind to you, you're building a character that will open doors relationships and opportunities could never open by themselves. If you decide to give your best at work, even when no one is watching, you're proving to yourself and to life that you can be trusted with more. Small habits are powerful because they stack. One day of discipline feels good but doesn't change much. 10 days of discipline starts to shape momentum. 100 days of discipline changes your identity, shifts your destiny shifts. The reason many people feel stuck isn't because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they underestimate the effect of small daily actions. They dismiss little habits as unimportant, not realizing those are the building blocks of their future. It's like a builder who ignores the foundation and focuses only on the design of the roof. Without a strong foundation, the whole structure collapses. Your habits are your foundation. They hold up everything else. You might not see results right away, but results are not the first sign of progress. Faithfulness is. When you keep showing up, when you keep doing the right thing, even when it feels like nothing is changing, you're laying the bricks of a future that will one day surprise you. Every person who has ever reached greatness didn't just wake up there one morning. They arrived there because of years of consistent choices that lined up with the vision they carried inside. The athlete who stands on the podium practiced daily when no one was cheering. The business owner who seems to have a sudden success built systems, learned skills, and made sacrifices day after day long before anyone noticed. The person who walks in peace didn't stumble into it. They cultivated it by choosing forgiveness, controlling their thoughts, and speaking life over themselves consistently. You can't plant weeds and expect roses to grow. Likewise, you can't fill your days with poor habits and expect a life of abundance. If you want to see a different future, you must start by changing what you do right now. You don't have to change everything at once. It's not about giant leaps. It's about small, faithful steps. If you read just a few pages a day over a year, you'll finish books that could transform your thinking. If you save just a little money each week, in time you'll have a safety net in the ability to invest in opportunities you once thought were out of reach. If you spend 10 minutes a day developing a skill, you'll wake up one day realizing you've become excellent at something that sets you apart. The key is to start and to stay consistent. Destiny is not shaped in the spotlight. It's shaped in the shadows where no one sees what you're doing. That's why you can't measure your future only by what's happening right now. You might be in a season where your hard work feels unnoticed, where your sacrifices feel unseen. But every single good habit you're keeping is building something powerful under the surface. Just because you can't see the roots doesn't mean the tree isn't growing. Keep watering the seed through your daily actions, and in time you'll see the harvest. Sometimes the greatest challenge is that small habits don't bring instant gratification. Eating one healthy meal doesn't transform your body. Reading one book doesn't make you wise. Going to the gym once doesn't make you strong. That's why people give up. They can't see the results quickly enough. But victory doesn't come to the impatient. It comes to those who trust the process. Those who believe that what they do daily matters, even when it doesn't yet show. The truth is, your habits are like a compass. They quietly but surely point your life in a certain direction. Every repeated action is steering you toward a destination. If you're not intentional, you could end up somewhere you never wanted to be, simply because you let negative or careless habits lead the way. But if you're intentional, if you choose habits that align with your vision, your compass will guide you straight into the destiny you desire. There will be distractions. There will be days you don't feel like following through. There will be times when taking a shortcut feels easier. But remember, every time you stick to the habit that moves you closer to your vision, you're not just keeping a routine. You're reinforcing your identity as someone who walks in victory. That's why small daily choices create big results. They're training you to live in alignment with who you want to be. If you want to be healthy each day, if you want to be successful each day, if you want to be a person of influence, practice integrity each day. Destiny isn't a mystery, it's a pattern. Your daily habits are the pattern that will eventually be woven into the fabric of your life story. And when you understand that, you start treating each day with respect. You don't waste time on habits that drain your energy. You stop making excuses for habits that you know are sabotaging your future. You begin to see each action as an investment, and the more you invest in the right habits, the greater your return will be. So today, make the decision that you won't overlook the small things. Speak words of encouragement to yourself every morning. Take 5 minutes to plan your day with intention. Choose the meal that fuels your body instead of the one that drains it. Invest in your growth, even if it's just a little at a time. These small choices will gather momentum, and momentum will carry you to places effort alone cannot take you. One day you'll look back and realize the life you're living now is the direct result of those small, faithful choices you made day after day. And you'll be grateful you didn't wait for a big break to start living like the person you wanted to become. You started with the small things, and the small things shaped your destiny. Your habits are not random patterns of behavior. They are either in harmony with the future you desire, or they are quietly pulling you in the opposite direction. Every vision, every dream needs a set of habits to carry it from imagination into reality. You can believe in something with all your heart, but if your daily routines contradict that belief, you'll never see it come to life. If your goal is to be financially free, but your habit is to spend recklessly, you're walking away from your vision without realizing it. If your dream is to be healthy and strong, but your daily habit is to neglect exercise and eat without discipline, you're creating a gap between where you are, you want to be. This is why alignment matters. Your habits are like the tracks on which the train of your life runs. If the tracks lead away from your vision, you will not arrive where you intended, no matter how much you dream about it. When your habits align with your vision, every small action becomes a building block toward your destiny. You might not see immediate results, but you can rest assured you're moving in the right direction. That's the beauty of alignment. It gives you peace even in the process. You know the work you're doing today isn't wasted because it matches the future you're aiming for. Every step is taking you closer. Son, the closer you get, the stronger your belief becomes. It's like planting seeds in the right soil. You might not see growth on the first day or even the first month, but because you planted them where they belong, you have confidence that in due time you will see the harvest. A vision without aligned habits is just a wish. You can talk about your goals, you can imagine them vividly, but until your daily life reflects them, they will remain out of reach. It's not enough to want it, you must live in a way that proves you want it. That means making decisions that might not feel good in the moment, but serve your long-term future. Sometimes that means saying no to certain invitations because you're protecting your time. Sometimes it means spending your evenings learning instead of scrolling through distractions. Sometimes it means waking up earlier than everyone else so you can make progress before the day gets crowded. These choices aren't always comfortable, but they are powerful because they keep you on the path toward your vision. The danger of misaligned habits is that they create a false sense of progress. You might feel busy, you might even feel productive, but if your activity is not aligned with your vision, it's just movement without direction. Like a ship drifting without a map. You can spend a lot of energy and still end up far from where you wanted to be. That's why self-awareness is so important. You must regularly pause and ask yourself, are my daily habits taking me closer to my vision or further away? The answer to that question will reveal the truth about your future. When you begin to align your habits with your vision, you also begin to attract opportunities that match that vision. Life has a way of rewarding alignment. When you live with discipline, you're prepared for doors when they open. When you practice integrity in small things, you're trusted with bigger responsibilities. When you commit to personal growth daily, you're ready for the moments that require your best. Alignment creates readiness, and readiness creates momentum. And when momentum is on your side, progress becomes faster than you imagined. Sometimes the hardest part is letting go of habits that no longer serve you. They might be comfortable, they might even be enjoyable in the short term. But if they're keeping you from your vision, they're too expensive to keep. Every habit has a cost, and if the cost is your destiny, it's not worth paying. This requires honesty with yourself. It's easy to justify habits by saying, it's not a big deal or I'll change later. But later never comes for most people, because habits get stronger the longer you keep them. The sooner you align your daily actions with your vision, the sooner you start moving toward it with purpose. Think of your vision as a destination on a map. Your habits are the roads you choose to travel. If your destination is north, you can't take a road that leads south and expect to arrive where you plan. You might hope, you might pray, you might even work hard. But if you're on the wrong road, you'll keep ending up in the wrong place. In the same way, no matter how big your dreams are, if your habits are pulling in a different direction, you'll keep finding yourself frustrated, wondering why your vision isn't coming to pass. The good news is you can always change roads. You can decide today to adopt habits that support your vision instead of working against it. This kind of alignment doesn't happen by accident. It requires intentionality. You must design your day in a way that reflects where you want to go. If your vision is to write a book, your habit might be to write for 30 minutes every day, even if it's not perfect. If your vision is to build a strong, healthy body, your habit might be to exercise daily and fuel your body with nourishing food. If your vision is to lead others, your habit might be to study leadership and serve people consistently. Each habit becomes a step, and step by step, you're walking straight into your vision. It's also important to understand that alignment is not about perfection, it's about direction. You will have days when you miss the mark, when life interrupts your plans, when you feel like you're not doing enough. That's okay. What matters is that the majority of your days are lived in alignment. Perfection is not required for progress, but consistency is. Even if you take a small step each day, you'll get there. Because small steps in the right direction are better than giant leaps in the wrong one. Another key to keeping your habits aligned with your vision is to surround yourself with people who support that alignment. Your environment influences your habits more than you realize. If you're around people who constantly pull you toward distractions, negativity, or shortcuts, it's much harder to stay aligned. But when you're surrounded by people who inspire you, challenge you, and hold you accountable, it becomes natural to keep your daily actions in harmony with your vision. Choose your circle wisely, because they are either reinforcing your habits or weakening them. Alignment also requires patience. Just because you're doing the right things today doesn't mean you'll see the full reward tomorrow. That's where faith and persistence come in. You must trust that the daily choices you're making are not in vain. There is a season for planting and a season for harvest, and you can't rush the process. But if you keep your habits aligned with your vision, the harvest will come, and it will be worth every disciplined choice you made along the way. When your habits and your vision walk hand in hand, something powerful happens. You stop feeling like you're forcing progress, and you start living in flow. Your actions naturally push you forward. You no longer waste energy battling between what you say you want and what you actually do. Instead, every part of your life begins moving in the same direction, and that's when you gain unstoppable momentum. Your vision stops being something far away, and it starts becoming your reality, one day at a time. Your future is not just shaped by what you hope for. It's shaped by what you practice. When you align your habits with your vision, you turn hope into action and action into destiny. The person you want to become is built in the patterns you repeat daily. Make sure those patterns are leading you to the life you were meant to live. Because when your habits match your vision, there's no limit to where you can go. Victory is not the result of a single moment of effort. It is the reward of faithfulness over time. Many people are waiting for a breakthrough, a lucky break, or one big event that will change everything. But real success is almost never built that way. It's built in the quiet, ordinary, consistent moments when no one is watching. The person who wins isn't always the most talented or the most gifted. It's often the one who kept showing up day after day. When others quit, faithfulness turns small actions into unstoppable momentum. And momentum turns dreams into reality. You can't treat victory as a sprint and expect to last. Life is more like a marathon, and it's the steady pace, not the occasional bursts of speed that will get you to the finish line. Faithfulness means doing the right thing over and over, even when it feels like nothing is happening. It's easy to work hard when you're motivated, when the results are visible, when people are cheering for you. But true strength is proven when you keep doing what's right in seasons of silence, when progress feels invisible, and when the applause is nowhere to be found. Those are the moments that build character. That's where resilience is formed. And it's that inner strength that allows you to handle victory when it finally comes. If you only push hard when you feel like it, you'll live a life of inconsistency. But when you develop the discipline to be faithful, regardless of how you feel, you become unstoppable. Some people mistake effort for faithfulness. They think working hard for a short season is enough, but effort without consistency is like watering a plant once and then leaving it in the sun. It might survive for a day or two, but it will wither without steady care. The same is true for your dreams. You can't give them attention once in a while and expect them to thrive. You have to keep showing up, keep investing, keep tending to them daily. That's where the power lies, in the compounding effect of consistency. Over time, small deposits add up to something significant. A single workout won't change your body, but months of workouts will transform it. Writing a few hundred words once doesn't make you an author, but writing every day will produce a book. Faithfulness in the small things prepares you for the big things. There's a quiet power in doing your best when no one sees you. Those hidden seasons are not wasted. They are preparation. Just because others can't see your progress doesn't mean it isn't happening. You might be like a seed underground. It looks like nothing is happening, but in reality, roots are growing strong beneath the surface, getting ready to support something beautiful above ground. That's what faithfulness does. It strengthens your foundation so that when victory comes, you can carry the weight of it without crumbling. If success arrives before your foundation is ready, it can crush you. But when you've been faithful for years, success won't overwhelm you. It will simply be the next step you've been preparing for all along. There will be times when you feel like your faithfulness isn't paying off. You'll see others moving faster, achieving more in less time, and you might wonder if you're falling behind. But speed is not the same as endurance. Many start strong but fade quickly because they lack consistency. Victory belongs to those who are willing to endure. If you stay faithful, even in seasons when it feels like you're being overlooked, you'll find that when the race gets long and difficult, you still have the strength to keep going while others have already quit. Faithfulness also builds trust, both in yourself and from others. When you prove to yourself that you can keep commitments, you strengthen your own confidence. You stop doubting your ability to follow through because you've seen yourself do it day after day. And when others see you as faithful, they begin to trust you with more. Opportunities often come to those who have demonstrated they can be counted on. People want to work with and invest in those who are steady, reliable, and consistent. That's why sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your future is simply to keep showing up even when it's hard. The truth is, most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they stop. They give up too soon, not realizing they were closer to the breakthrough than they thought. Faithfulness is about refusing to quit even when the reward seems far away. It's about trusting that the process is working, even when you can't see the results yet. If you plant a seed today and dig it up tomorrow to check if it's growing, you're interrupting the process. The same is true in life. You have to give your efforts time to work. You have to stay committed long enough for the harvest to come. It's also important to understand that faithfulness is not just about doing the same thing forever. It's about continually giving your best in each season. Sometimes that means adapting your methods while keeping your commitment. If your first approach doesn't work, being faithful might mean finding a new strategy rather than quitting altogether. Consistency doesn't mean stubbornly doing what doesn't work. It means staying committed to the goal while being flexible with the path. That's how you keep moving forward, even when obstacles appear. Faithfulness in the small things also trains you to handle success with humility. When you've been through the process, when you've put in the work day after day without recognition, you know that victory is not just about the final result, it's about the journey. You understand that the habits, discipline, and perseverance you developed along the way are just as valuable as the achievement itself. That perspective keeps you grounded when success comes, because you know it wasn't luck. It was built brick by brick through your consistent effort. There will always be temptations to take shortcuts, to look for quick wins instead of lasting success. Shortcuts might give you temporary gains, but they rarely lead to true victory. Faithfulness may take longer, but it builds something that lasts. When you win through consistency, your victory is secure because it rests on a strong foundation. No one can take away the skills, character, and resilience you've built through years of faithful effort. Victory that comes from faithfulness also inspires others. When people see you steadily working, refusing to quit, they are reminded that greatness is possible through dedication. Your example becomes a light for others who feel like giving up. Sometimes your faithfulness is not just for you, it's for the people who are watching. who need proof that dreams are still worth pursuing, that persistence still matters, that victory is still possible for those who don't stop. The beauty of faithfulness is that it doesn't require perfection. You don't have to get everything right every day. You just have to keep coming back, keep showing up, keep putting in the effort. There will be days when you feel tired, when you stumble, when you lose focus. That's part of the journey. What matters is that you get back up and continue moving forward. The longer you do this, the more you'll see that success is less about talent and more about persistence. When you commit to faithfulness, you are setting yourself up for a victory that lasts. You're telling yourself, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not just chasing a moment. I'm building a legacy. And that's what true victory is, a life built on habits, discipline, and dedication that stand the test of time. You may not see the full reward today, but every small, faithful action is adding to it. One day you'll step into the fullness of what you've been working toward, and you'll know it wasn't an accident. It was the natural result of the way you've been living all along.